2536 has been on my heart a lot lately. God gave me more understanding about it. Something that He showed me a couple of years ago, but He gave me more understanding about it recently. This is the passage that's like, I was naked and you clothed me, right? I was sick. I was in prison and you visited me. That passage. In the Bible, it will use physical elements as metaphors for spiritual issues. Clothing the naked isn't just seeing somebody that lacks clothes. I mean, yes, you can do that and give them something to wear, right? But it's not just someone that lacks clothes, right? It's someone's shame that's being exposed, right? And you cover that shame. You see them in a vulnerable state and you're willing to give them some direction, some wisdom about a God-given identity. Something that they have that leaves them vulnerable to attack, to humiliation, right? Something that they see or don't see, or something that they don't really know how to address. Even if they're not even ashamed about it, you're willing to step in and provide the understanding or the resources or the wisdom, right? So they can address that themselves. Because life can take a toll on you, right? And people stop caring. People don't value themselves. People will harm themselves because they don't love themselves or they don't care how they're seen. They kind of just bought into this self-destructive mentality and these self-destructive tendencies because of what they've been through. They kind of checked out. Caring for the sick isn't just caring for people that are physically sick. The word tells us that sin separates us from God, right? And it affects our soul. This creates spiritual sickness, right? This develops thought patterns that causes people to live out more corrupt lives, right? To heap up corruption upon corruption that does more harm to their soul because they're ignorant to what God said to do and what He said not to do. People in prison aren't just people behind bars. There's people that are bound by their perception. They're bound to the lies that they believe. They're bound to sin. God was very intentional by using these physical things, right, that have spiritual, deeper meanings. People that are actually naked, actually sick, and actually in prison matter to Him, right? And he wants us to take on that, like, really imagine where their minds are at when they're in that place, but how deep it goes on a spiritual level. People that are looking at it not spiritually are trying to look for outward things to do to help people, not realizing that there are people that are in prison all around you. There are people that are sick all around you. There are people that are naked all around you. You're not clothing them, you're not caring for them, and you're not visiting them because you think that it has to actually be in those situations in the natural, when it's on a spiritual, it's a heart level, it's a mind level. Visit people that are bound, not avoiding your responsibility to tend to people's souls, right? We were all once lost, were we not? We all would have wanted somebody to come there and preach us truth, even if we wouldn't have received it immediately. Somebody to give us some hope, some direction, some understanding. It says we serve a God of hope. The least we can do is give someone hope that are in those situations.